Hello there, Entranced MegaMogwai here, and I got another Legends of Runeterra video for you guys today. And today's deck is one of my most proud creations in this game. It is a deck that originated through failure, as we were trying to make Yasuo work and failed completely. I explained this in yesterday's video as, why Yasuo is not really competitively viable, what makes him sort of redundant in what he does, and all that good stuff. But like I said, in the process of trying to make Yasuo work, it wasn't all bad, as we did stumble upon a hidden gem, and that hidden gem is known as KATARINA, a fascinating champion that I'm loving to play with more and more as I dwell into the stun tempo archetype, and a champion that is leading a deck that I am very proud of and I feel is going to be a force to be reckoned with regarding fast-paced, aggressive decks. This is a tempo deck built around KATARINA that attempts to exacerbate the effects of stun as we try to outpace the opponent and basically not let them breathe. This is the proper shell for KATARINA. Yesterday's video was featuring a Yasuo deck in which KATARINA was really the MVP, right? But this deck is a fine-tuned, optimized version that's meant to really benefit from this champion right here and is on a whole nother power level, baby. So let's talk about this build and let's talk about why it's so great. So this is a deck that is aiming to, like I said, apply stun effects and really make use of our quick attack units to get multiple attacks on the opponent and really limit their defensive options as we attempt to overwhelm them. We're kicking our opponents down and we're not even letting them breathe. That's kind of how KATARINA works. And this deck is able to take on aggro decks because of certain things that we're running and run at their pace, by the way, and also outpace slower control decks and punish mid-range decks as well. It has, in my opinion, a potential solid matchup against anything in the meta. Perhaps Ezreal combo being the worst matchup, but super winnable as well. Like, I actually have a positive win rate against that too. This deck has been fantastic, and the reasoning behind that is because we have an early game pressure comprised through 4 1-drops here, and Precious Pet and Legion Saboteur as a one-off, which, acts as a 4th Precious Pet, as we curve out into 2 mana with Faye, Blade Twirler, and House Spider. Faye is amazing with KATARINA as we're able to pump up her attack through KATARINA's recall effect and apply pressure. And like I said, quick attack is really strong with KATARINA, as if we're able to attack multiple times in a round, an effect like quick attack becomes even more potent, right? Also, Faye benefits from our early game stun effects such as Guile or the likes of the Arachnoid Sentry, and can get her attack up to ridiculous levels, as every time we're recalling KATARINA, she's getting stronger and stronger. And overall, eventually, this 2-drop just ends up overwhelming the opponent's 5, 6, and 7 drops, which is pretty damn neat. House Spider is also an excellent 2-drop. No particular synergy in this deck specifically. It's just a solid 2-drop to run with, as it does well against aggro, spreading out into 2 bodies to block into the opponent. And for that same reason, it's really good against control, because it divides into 2 bodies that your opponent also struggles eliminating with reactive spells, right? Normally, they have to spend more than 1 reactive spell to truly or effectively deal with House Spider entirely, unless they resort to an AoE sort of effect. House Spider also enables us to enable the Brothers Bond easier, which is otherwise a super potent card. For 2 mana, you're getting so much tempo and value out of this, and potential damage at burst speed. And of course, the downside, quote unquote, to this card is you need to have at least 2 allies on the board. But like I said, House Spider can enable that quite easily. As we move on to 3 mana, which is a pretty heavy portion of our curve, but this deck does work out even with having so many 3-drops, because all of these are super key. I mentioned the Arachnoid Sentry and KATARINA already. It's pretty straightforward why we have these here. We have Shadow Assassin for card draw. We have Zed as our 2nd champion of choice, as a full set as well. Again, same reasoning behind Faye, Blade Twirler. If we're able to attack multiple times in a round, this quick attack effect is absolutely menacing. And the fact that Zed also spawns a copy of himself every time he attacks just leads to outstanding pressure and great synergy with KATARINA. These two work extremely well together, way more than KATARINA did with Yasuo, unfortunately for you Yasuo fans out there. Twin Disciplines and Spirit Refuge are outstanding cards in this deck. They are super important as they enable us to protect our KATARINA and our Z mainly from damage-based removal. Twin Disciplines is super flexible in that regard. We used it mostly defensively to protect these units because we do really need to trigger Katarina and level her up, and our opponent's going to be doing everything they can to stop that from happening. The main way they're going to be doing that is actually through damage-based removal, such as Mystic Shot, Get Excited, Grasp of the Undying, and all those we can easily counter for 3 mana. So it's important to float your spell mana early on before you commit to the Katarina play. And the same reason, even though defensively speaking is really good, offensively Twin Disciplines can be really strong as well because of all these quick attack effects. Getting +3 attack on a unit can enable some surprise, favorable trades for us as our opponent is trying to block our quick attackers, or can also potentially enable lethal, even though stuff like Elixir of Wrath is more effective from an offensive standpoint, as it is just 1 mana, and we're running it in the deck as well. Guile is a really strong card here, as it enables us to stun an enemy, synergize with Fae, and obviously, what I mean by Katarina exacerbating these stun effects, I mean that if we stun a unit, we basically take it out of action for the entirety of a round. So if we're able to attack multiple times in a round, all of a sudden this 1 mana stun effect is tremendous value, and it just really eliminates the opponent's ability to defend properly, which is why this deck is so good at applying pressure. Now, talking about Spirit's Refuge, it kind of does the same thing as Twin Disciplines. Its main purpose is to protect our Katarina and our Z from removal, but it also is a trump card against aggro decks. Noxus Piltover aggro is really shut down by this card, as we can do some neat things as combine it with the likes of Elixirs of Wrath, and also just apply it onto stuff like Fae Blade Twirler, who tends to build up her attack to really high levels to kind of like undo all the damage the opponent has been doing in the early games and just make them cry every time. It really is a super good win condition in that matchup. It's what gives us the edge over the other aggro decks in the metagame, which is what makes this deck so damn good in that regard. We have a couple of denies for just, extra protection against single target removal, but also AoE effects, mostly aimed at control decks that are applying Ruination, for example. We want to be able to counter that, which is why we're running the nerfed version of Deny. Still a solid card in decks like these, alongside Will of Ionia, and yes, you're looking at it right, a one-off of Battering Ram. We're playing Battering Ram for those matchups in which, the game drags out a little bit too much. It's gone too long. We want to kill our opponents, so we just slap the Ram in and we just bash their heads in. And Ram is really good with Katarina for obvious reasons. Every time it attacks, it's getting +4 attack with Overwhelm. So if we get to attack multiple times in a round, we go from 4 to 8 to 12 to you're dead. And that's quite simply the reasoning for running Battering Ram. I think it's legit in this deck, and it has put in the work, and I got a sweet game to showcase it out for you guys, as today's gameplay is top notch, man. I got some awesome games with this deck yesterday, and I think you guys are really gonna enjoy it. This is one of my favorite decks up until now. It's very different from what I'm used to playing. I'm not really much of an aggressive player, but this is kind of converting me in a way. So hopefully you guys are excited for today's gameplay. It's definitely on another level from yesterday's video, which was, like I said, a Yasuo sort of deck in which I discovered Katarina. This is the actual fine-tuned version of a deck supporting Katarina, and it is a blast to pilot, man. So hopefully you guys enjoy the matches. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for daily Legends of Runeterra content, and I'll stop talking. Have a solid day. Enjoy the games. I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe Guile is something I should keep more often, but I want to find my key pieces early on.
Think you're fast? Cute. Yeah.
Yeah.
The fluffy tails fool ya.
I could play Katarina, but it's safe for me to go Arachnoid Sentry here, I think. Is it safer? I mean, I need backup to help Katarina, right? Like, I need at least the Brothers Bond or something. Maybe I should have the 1 mana plus 3 attack. Okay, that's interesting. Brothers Bond is perfect.
Never play.
Now we definitely play Katarina.
Blood for Noxus.
Nice. Spear.
Zigged. Should have sagged.
There it is, boys. There it is. Oh my god. Do I play Zed or do I play these? If I play the Sentry, I can trade into one of those. I can stun the other one. But you could just choose to not attack with one of them. I think we play Zed. Do we want to play Ram next turn? I think we want to play Ram next turn, right? Why not play Ram next turn? So if we want to play Ram next turn, better off playing you. We take the hit. No, we're doing this. It's time, boys. It's time. We going in. We're gonna ram these Elnuks to hell and back. For Noxus! Oh, motherfucker. Alright, whatever.
Only fools hesitate. Try to keep up.
I mean, it gets the ooh. Ooh!
Violence solves everything. I pull the string.
Oh my god, this is a threat. Oh my god, this is already a massive threat. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my god, dude. I think I'm gonna run more Rams. I don't care about that. Dude, I actually do not care about that. Holy crap. What do I even, like, I don't even care. I guess I want to stun this so he can't generate more blockers. That's hilarious. Turns out Rams are pretty good blockers. My god. Alright, let's kill the spider and you, right? Yeah. Mitigate the damage. He doesn't want to attack.
They grow up so fast.
Alright, Katarina, your turn.
Let the bloodshed begin.
If you're gonna be indecisive about it, little buddy, I'm gonna go for the kill. Three, 6, yeah.
They're afraid. They should.
Oh, the ram. All right. I'm gonna do a full mulligan. That's more like it. Let's smack him.
Nothing escapes my watch.
Think you're fast? Cute. Pick on someone your own speed.
I'm gonna attack first. Try to get a little bit of damage on him. It's fine.
Don't let the fluffy tails fool you.
Set up the second Fae here.
Ancient things trapped in the ice.
With Freljord for 2 mana, what can he do? That's alright. Like he could. No, he can't do anything.
Never play fair.
Setting up a Katarina here is really strong.
Look out there!
We'll take the hit from the Babbling Burk. And now we have both 2 Undisciplines and Spirit's Refuge backup. Which means we do this and this.
They're coming! Hide! Bar the doors!
Her face.
They're coming! Hide!
Gotcha.
No one gets in my way.
Now who's got the upper hand?
That's pretty sexy. Let's float the mana. Whoo, another Fae.
I cannot be sated.
So to be fair, I'd rather just Will of Ionia this. Would I? Yeah. Yep.
Underestimate. I dare you.
Let the bloodshed begin. Only fools hesitate.
Ready the torches!
Now who's got the upper hand?
Let's go for the kill, shall we?
Try to keep up.
No going back.
I want to show off Katarina.
Knocked and ready.
They're afraid. They should be.
Think you're fast? Cute.
I had so many different like plays there that but I was thinking, okay, how do I deal the most damage? these PSZ decks are so annoying right now. That's because they're just being very prevalent. Like this deck existed before. It didn't just kind of like, this is a really good example of why people complain a little bit too much about the metagame instead of trying to adapt to it or find new shit, you know? Because that deck existed before the patch, but now that things have changed, people are like, it's just a bunch of people copying the same stuff, but there's so much shit you can build in this game. And anything beyond that, you're just using excuses. I was hoping I would find another unit, because I want to keep this. Okay, that's neat.
Lady Elise, where are you? We weren't expecting soldiers.
Think you're fast? Cute.
She's gonna be so happy.
Pledge yourself to the shadows.
And now I'm gonna guile.
Try to keep up.
We have to hope for no Mark of the Isles. Nice.
Without a sound.
Don't let the fluffy tails fool you.
Let the bloodshed begin. Quick as the blade. Yeah!
We go as one. On my mark.
Ha! They'll never know what killed them.
God, Fays are good at this deck, aren't they? Fays are pretty damn good in this deck. We have 7 mana, which enables us to KATARINA into Twin Disciplines.
Never play fair.
We're going for it. We got backup protection here. You either attack now.
Only the worthy survive. My skill is unrivaled.
Get KATARINA'd. Elixir of Wrath is legit. Noxus Mark of the Owls? Yeah. Except it's balanced. I like it. What's not to like? Spider 1, Spider 2, Spider 3. The sisters are here. So Yasuo sucks? Yeah, he does. I cry every time. How's the mic, by the way, how's the mic volume and the stream volume in general?
Closing in on the mark.
We let him attack there first because there's no universe in which he's not attacking with this 1-drop before we reveal our 2-drop in case he wanted to drop something else, trying to surprise us with an attack. We're gonna try to go Zed here, right? Yeah.
Do not fear the shrouded path.
The dark beckons.
Okay, he could have an elixir. He could have an elixir. Because we've seen elixir from him before. Is it worth us not attacking him? One elixir of iron just really shuts us down here. He definitely doesn't have avalanche. Ah, fuck it.
Not deny me.
This one's trouble.
Fuck, he does have it. Yep. Alright. You need to open attack more? I disagree. I disagree with that. Open attacking is a sign of being afraid. We still got good damage there. We still got good damage there.
Night falls.
Oh wait, oh god, I forgot. Oh, let's go anyways.
No one's the wiser.
We drew Brothers Bond, which makes me want to go in here. I played a little bit too quickly there. I wanted to drop this.
Silent as death. Everything is in place. Boom.
I sense fear.
It's too late for you. You cannot escape.
We're running out of gas though.
Without a sound.
Think you're fast? Cute.
Seize control. I am the blade in the darkness.
Ooh.
Only the worthy survive. Who needs friends anyway?
Deny? Otherwise we got you. Oh, deny. Damn.
The order.
Ah, to deny, dude.
The order rewards its faithful.
Time for a leap of faith.
The dark beckons.
Quietly now.
Ah. That deny loses the game. Damn it.
Shh! Quietly! Got what I came for. I know a way.
it's on.
I think I have to win with the fearsome, right? But winning with the fearsome tag is easier than done. How can I actually win this game? Is battering ram my only chance? But then again, I have to deal with that. This is more valuable to me than Faye because this has fearsome, so it's harder for him to block.
Here's our chance.
I don't see an out here. We had to kill him that turn. GG. You got us. Maybe I shouldn't have attacked with Zed. I played into the Elixir of Iron. I could have been a bit more patient, and I could have kept that Zed pressure early on. And that probably would have been better. Just got the safe hit off on him. We keep one Katarina and twin disciplines. We don't mind not having a play into turn 3 because what we want to do is we want to protect these attackers. Anyways. That's a bit of a redundant couple of draws there.
Do not fear the shrouded path. They follow the wrong master.
If he had Avalanche, he would have gone for it there, I think. Maybe not.
Let the bloodshed begin.
Husks in my way.
An apt pupil.
My life will be ordered.
To the point.
Shadows cut deep as envy.
I didn't expect him to do that. May as well do this.
Don't look twice. Claim what is ours.
Never play fair.
I want to bait the Ruination here by dropping Katarina.
They'll learn to fear me.
Show me the Ruination. Mm-hmm.
not fear the shrouded path.
I could have played Katarina instead. Should I have played Katarina instead? So if he has a Ruination here, if I play Katarina, he has a Ruination, I can play then Faye into another Katarina, and I can hit him for 6, and then I bring Katarina back to my hand.
No going back.
First of all, he has to have back-to-back Ruinations, which I just don't expect.
Think you're fast? Cute.
Quick as the blade.
They follow the wrong master.
Oh. Goes up to 16, then he takes a total of 3. He goes down to 9. Goes down to 9. Then I can play Katarina and hit him up again. It's ran lethal, so he has to block into it. It's fine.
They'll never know what killed them. Never play fair. Blood for Noxus.
Underestimate.
What are you doing? Math, buddy. Math. Dude, what happened to your hair? Are you going bald? I'm 30 years old and I have a receding hairline. Yes. You know? It's not that bad, but it's this thing that happens to men, you know, as they age. Alright, so aggro, I mean, I like spiders. I mean, I kind of like multiple spiders, but I feel like I have to search for other components, right? Like that. It's pretty ideal. Both of them are too weak, too afraid to hit each other. They scare each other away. It's pretty funny.
Let me show you what I can do. I love a taste of the action. Is that all?
Let's make a deal.
No going back.
You may be asking, why am I playing Katarina now and not attacking with her? Because I want to use Death Lotus here. I'm setting up a Death Lotus.
Don't let the fluffy tails fool you.
My turn.
Hopefully there's no transfusion.
Everyone bleed.
Nice. Nice.
Blood for Noxus. gets in my way.
Now who's got the upper hand?
Oh, I can't.
Why Sudoku your units? Not smart. Because I prevent 5 damage versus an aggro deck. I think that's pretty important.
First one's free.
Oh, it's on.
We're playing it safe with a Fae. It's fine.
Underestimate. I dare you.
Oh, this hurts.
No refunds.
How about you? But that's looking pretty good.
Pick on someone your own speed.
You break it, you buy it.
Round 2.
Let the bloodshed begin.
Gotcha. I like this hand. I like it even more now.
Think you're fast? Cute.
Triple Fae, the dream. Do not let your dreams be memes.
Don't let the fluffy tails fool you.
Box.
My path is clear.
Pick on someone your own speed.
Find enlightenment. I will learn from you. Find enlightenment.
I'm spreading out my threats. Having this be a 4-2 instead of focusing so much on this makes it harder for him to target removal.
Ionia speaks through me.
Silent as death.
I'm gonna draw.
Think you're fast? Cute.
I cannot be sated.
They cannot hide.
Try to keep up.
Night falls.
This morsel.
10.
order rewards its faithful.
Lathrian only. Do not question our resolve.
It's too late for you.
Want to see these moves up close?
Surprise.
The next life.
Shadow.
Alright, let's go for it. Oof, that's tempting. But ruination could be a thing. You're dead. Should have zagged. Got him. Got him.